Hey guys, OJ Albino here, bringing you guys my IBL week, what is it? It's week 8 battle? I think it's week 8. I could be completely wrong, but it'll say in the title. Battle against Merrill and his Slovenia Slowbros, I believe the team is. Very cool guy. If you haven't checked him out, be sure to do so below. Despite different time zones, he's pretty, accommodating and working with my schedule and being almost, get the game in. So I always do really appreciate that because scheduling those draft league matches is really a chore. But yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into the team matchup. So our team, if you did forget, consists of the Mew, Komodo, Greninja, Jolteon, Ribombee, Archeops, Mega Scizor, Mamoswine, Serena, Porygon Z, and Cofagrigus, with our Z users being Komodo and Archeops. While our opponent's team consists of the Latias, Togekiss, Arcanine, Vaporeon, Registeel, Cryogonal, Lopunny Mega, Superior, Scolipede, Gliscor, and Alolan Golem. His users being Latias and Golem. So right off the bat, very, very, very scary team. Very fat. His team is ridiculously fat. It's hard for my team to break down just initially. I feel the best way to break down his team is going to be pivoting all around it and hopefully throwing off some status and keeping up constant offensive momentum so he can't use things like Vaporeon potentially to wish up his fatter mons like Arcanine or Registeel and stuff like that, and putting pressure on that Arcanine to where it can't Morning Sun all over me, and I definitely do expect that monster versus me because Mega Scizor, if you look at my opponent's team, matches up really, really well other than that Arcanine. Like, he has Registeel, but I don't think Registeel is very good versus me. I think my team kind of puts in the dirt, honestly, and if it doesn't have Wish support, it gets chipped down really, really easy versus me, and everything else really doesn't appreciate my dual stabs, like, at all. And you'll see I do hope to take advantage of that in this matchup right here. But yeah, other big threats, Lopunny's a big threat. We do have a Mew, but Mew can't get chipped down. It does check other things as well, so if I want to use it for other things, that's definitely not great. Scolipede offensively isn't very scary versus me, but like a utility set with hazards could be very annoying for our team to deal with. Togekiss is a good Komodo check. I definitely could expect that thing. His team in all, I think, is going to be very defensive and bulky. He's going to try and outlast me potentially, getting up hazards and slowly just pivoting around my team and me taking up, chip damage to the point where we can't win anymore, and he can clean up with Lopunny, hopefully. But, yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into the first mon on the screen right here, which is going to be our Mamoswine, rocking out with a Life Orb, Thick Fat Ability, Ice Shard, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, and Stealth Rock. This is going to be our Stealth Rocker this week. I figure rocks are very important. It helps me chip down things like the Arcanine, the Togekiss, stuff like that. It breaks phenomenally versus his team. He doesn't have much to switch into an Adamant Life Orb Mamoswine. Even Vaporeon is 2 KO by Earthquake, and everything else just really doesn't take it on well. I guess Cryogonal can kind of switch in, but it still takes a lot from Icicle Crash. And I think we have a chance to 2-hit KO it with Icicle Crash after rocks if we do get those up, which is nice. It gives me good revenge options for like Gliscor and Scolipede if it's weakened a little bit, Latias as well. A Nasty Plot Togekiss could be a problem. I could have, tried to speed tie with the Togekiss if he's max speed, but I figure I'll just be probably clicking Ice Shard, and I wanted to have that adamant damage output and stuff like that. So, yeah, we are running enough speed for no speed Arcanine, I believe it is. So we'll probably outspeed, that and all his other fatter stuff, which is really what I want this thing to do. I wanted to take on his fat. I wanted him to get up rocks. And yeah, that's going to be Mamoswine this week. Next up, we have our Mega Scizor, which is going to be our win con this week, despite seeing an Arcanine, which is probably the best check in the game. If we can eliminate that, I think this really can win. Like I said, I don't think Registeel is great versus me, and everything else does not appreciate +2 Bullet Punch or Bug Bite. We're rocking out with max HP, 76 attack, defense, 140 Spadef, and 36 speed with an Impish nature. Now that investment allows us to take 2 Jolly High Jump Kicks from Lopunny before rocks, guaranteed. And we can also live an Adamant Fire Punch after rocks, which is great. We're creeping things that are trying to creep us, essentially. We're running 36 speed because I didn't really need the extra EVs in Spadef. The Spadef EVs are just kind of thrown in there. And I figure, outspeeding stuff that wanted to creep no speed Scizor would be, pretty nice just to have, just in case, like his fatter stuff like the Vaporeon or something like that. Because +2 Bug Bite actually does a huge chunk to that thing. Even if he is Fist Def, we do a huge chunk to that thing. And yeah, Scizor's just really nice this game. I do wish I kind of had U-turn, but the point of the set is to kind of win late game, not to pivot around and stuff like that. So hopefully it can do work. I think if we eliminate the right mons and set it up in, you know, a correct position, we can win the game with our Scizor here. Next up, we have another pseudo win con, another one that does really well against my opponent's team, in my opinion, which is going to be our Komodo, rocking out with the Dragonium Z and Soundproof ability, Dragon Dance, Outrage, Drain Punch, and Poison Jab. 236 attack, 52 Spadef, and 220 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, this Komodo, like I said, is really good. It hits his team really, really hard. Nothing appreciates a Dragonium Z besides the Togekiss, and if we can get rocks and a little bit more chip on it, we can knock it out with +1 Poison Jab, which is always super nice to have, if he's not Kabia, obviously. Drain Punch, I wanted just to keep longevity up against things like the, you know, Lopunny. If we get +1, we'll knock it out, and we'll get pretty much back up to full health. It also helps with stuff like the Registeel, you know, different mons like that. +1 Dragonium Z with 236 attack investment actually always OHKOs a Vaporeon after rocks. And then we're running enough speed for Togekiss, and I threw the rest into Spadef because I figured I'd want to take Spadef hits a little bit more just to take an Air Slash from Togekiss if he's not running D-Gleam, to take potentially a Scarf Psychic from the Latios if, you know, we're super high up in health, or even, you know, like a Dragon Pulse from Superior unboosted or anything like that. Or even at +2, we can probably lift one from, you know, pretty high up because Superior isn't the strongest thing in the world. But yeah, that is going to be our Komodo this week. Oh, and we're also rocking out with the Soundproof ability, just in case he wants to use Roar Vaporeon as his main check to this thing, because we can kind of set up all over that thing unless he's Ice Beam. And even then, we do set up on Ice Beam at least a little bit, which is, you know, really good. If we can get +2 with this thing, game's over. I really don't think he has much for it, other than, like, Intimidate Shuffling with the Arcanine. But at the same time, if he does that, then I'm just breaking down his team. And if he wants to use Arcanine to pivot into this and take a bunch of damage for my Mega Scizor, that, you know, obviously sets up a really good endgame for me. Next up, we have our Mew. Mew is an essential member this week. It's going to be our main Mega Lopunny check. Spread-wise, we're rocking out with the leftovers. Psychic, Toxic, Roost, Ice Beam, 60 HP, max defense, 52 special attack, 44 defense, and 100 speed with a timid nature. Now, this Mew, like I said, it's going to be our Lopunny check. We're never 2-hit KO'd by Jolly Lop return after rocks and leftovers. So after we get our leftovers back, we'll always be out of range of that. We have Roost for longevity, Toxic to wear down his fat like the Togekiss, Arcanine, Vaporeon, Cryogonal, Superior, stuff like that. And we also have Ice Beam just to hit the Gliscor very hard, you know, to, you know, not kind of have that thing sit in front of us and be able to Toxic us and kind of stall us out. I want something to hit that hard. We don't touch the Registeel, but like I said, I'm not too worried about Registeel coming in this game. Like I said, I personally don't think it's very good versus me, and I think I have, you know, Mamoswine and Komodo, and then my other two members can chip it down as well. So as long as I don't allow, you know, free wishes into it, I think we'll be okay there. But yeah, that's going to be Mew. The 100 speed is for a Togekiss, and then the special attack and Spadef or for something. I forget exactly what for, but they're definitely there for something. And yeah, that's going to be our Mew this week. Yeah. Next up, we're bringing Choice Scarf Greninja again. Now, I know we've brought Scarf Greninja, I think, like 4 weeks in a row, which is not how I like to build. I don't like being this predictable, and I don't like bringing the same sets and kind of underutilizing Greninja, honestly. I've used Greninja plenty of times before, and I know I know, you guys don't have to tell me that this isn't the best way to be using this really, really good Mon. But I figured having the speed control in this game as well is really nice. It outspeeds Scarf Latias, it outspeeds Lopunny, it outspeeds Scarf Superior, it outspeeds a +1 Scolipede, which is also really nice. And it hits the team pretty hard, you know, depending on what he wants to switch into. U-turn for momentum, Dark Pulse for things like Latias and Vaporeon, and Registeel to chip those down. Ice Beam for his stuff in the air like Gliscor and something super effective to hit Togekiss, and then Surf is a pretty good just general stab versus him if there's no Vaporeon left and the Superior is weakened or something like that, or he's scared to switch it in because it'll take a bunch of damage. That's a good move to, you know, potentially lock into to knock out stuff like Arcanine and mons like that, and it'll do the most damage to Registeel. I believe, am I wrong with my base powers? Yeah, Surface base 90. So yeah, that is the best move we have to hit Registeel, but it will chip it down. We'll be able to, you know, chip it down into range of our other threats on our team, which is obviously super, super nice. But yeah, that's going to be Greninja. And then lastly, we have our Jolteon right here, making its debut. We're rocking out with a Flame Orb Quick Feet set. 4 attacks, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, 36 HP, 252 speed, and 252 attack, special attack, and 220 speed with a modest nature. Now the speed, I messed up. I meant to creep a Well, I meant to creep a Latias at first, okay? So I meant to creep a Latias, but we're actually speed tying with max speed Latias, which isn't good, because he can definitely run max speed because we have that Archeops at base 110 on our team. So that was a dumb oversight on my part. And also the fact that he has Superior and Scolipede, I should probably be outspeeding those two, because I think I can with Modest. I believe I can with 36 extra EVs, and I don't really need it for all that much. I guess maybe taking a couple Fake out into Quick Attack is better. I honestly don't think the 36 HP will make a difference. But regardless, this thing is a good pivot versus team. If he doesn't bring Scarf, you know, Latias or, you know, Superior, which I don't think Scarf Superior is a bring versus me at all. I have a Mega Scizor, I have a Komodo, stuff like that. I'm also just check it really well. If it's Scarf. If it's not Scarf, it's different, because he can run Dragon Pulse HP Fire. So that's, you know, pretty scary. Superior is actually a really big threat versus my team. I didn't have too much for it, other than the Mega Scizor, which, you know, obviously gets hit by Hidden Power Fire, which is not good. I do kind of just have to pressure that thing offensively, and hope I have Mamoswine in the back to revenge it. But yeah, went off on a tangent a little bit there. Modest Volt Switch is a good pivoting move versus his team. He has the Gliscor as his ground. It's his only ground type and, you know, electric immunity and all that stuff, so I can pretty easily just hit that thing with a Hidden Power Ice with a little bit of chip and knock it out, being that we're Modest, and base 110 special attack is not too bad. Signal Beam hits the Latias as well as another mod in his team, Superior, so it hit both of them super effectively, so I decided to go with that, hit things a little bit harder. I didn't really see me needing Shadow Ball instead, even though it hits the Latias just a tiny bit harder, yeah. And then Thunderbolt just for general stab, and a good move to click to do maximum damage to stuff like Registeel and Togekiss and Arcanine and stuff like that. But yeah, that is going to be our squad for week 8, again, question mark, of the IBL. Hopefully it does put in work. If you guys do think the team's going to do well, let me know. Let me know what you would have brought instead if you were, you know, building for this matchup and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can catch our IBL games as they go up every week, as well as all our other league games. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Later.